Hello again, Doc on the clock with more Mega Man, aka Rockman World. You all know what's coming up next, Elec Man. Whoa! I did not expect that. Okay, so we have disappearing blocks, which are slightly less blocky than normal. I actually kind of like the remixes here. Ow! That did not give me nearly enough time. I like the remixes, but the sound font, a little bit... I had a feeling. Could use a little bit of work. Let's see if I can get through this without losing any more lives. Well, it's gonna be hard if I keep doing stuff like that. Woo! And that. Once again, too early. It's because of that fan there. Why is there a fan in Elec Man's stage? This is not Airman's stage. This is Elec Man's stage. Granted, we might be seeing Airman later, I don't know. I remember which of the Mega Man 2 bosses are in this game and which are in the others. We are in Airman's... Maybe we are in Airman's stage. Maybe Elec Man just took up residence there. So some things you might notice about Mega Man in this version as compared to the NES versions. Mega Man's bullets fire more slowly. Mega Man is also larger relative to the area on the screen. Hooah! I'm going to wait for that one. So it's I mean, I know this is all compensation for the Game Boy hardware, but it does make the experience a little interesting. One thing that can really mess you up is that when you press the side in the air, Mega Man has a lot of momentum. It keeps going even after you've let go of the button. So it definitely makes jumping a very different experience from the NES versions. It took me some time to get used to that when I was playing 4 and 5. I was playing 4 and 5 because I was racing against my brother. I didn't do so well. I ended up losing both of those races, not by huge amounts, but by enough. Okay, good. Maybe you gotta shoot him to get him to jump up high. One thing I've noticed is that the enemies are a slight bit more forgiving in the Game Boy games. You have a little bit more time to shoot them. I think that might partially be to compensate for the slower speed of the Buster. So, enemies like Mets give you a little bit more opening. We can see a nice inner look at Mega Man. And get the Thunder Beam, which I would love to abuse, but I don't know if my weapon's energy recharges in between stages. I guess I'll be finding out pretty quickly here. It's only been 5 minutes, so let's go on to Ice Me. It appears like it does. It does not in every Mega Man game. I know for a fact that it pretty much never does in 5, and it only does for, like, half the game in 4, which, as weird as that sounds. Whoa! Rolling Cutter is apparently a pretty useful and effective weapon. Unfortunately, I don't have that much ammo for it, so I have to conserve a little bit. You will notice that Mega Man's health bar and weapons energy bar are a little bit shorter than they are in the NES games. Whoa! Okay, so that's the trick. Let's restore my cutter energy. It is a little bit shorter, and some enemies do a pretty significant amount of damage, so you have to watch out. But I've noticed that, in general, Mega Man seems to take just a little bit less damage. I think I have to reset that. Ow! Okay, well, at least it's not instant death. I thought it was. Can't help it. It's spikes. How can you not think spikes are instant death? Whoa! Well, that's not gonna work. I have to get a little more used to how much leeway I have in jumping in this game. Not quite that much. Oh, I did not mean to do that.
This is a little bit weird because I don't really remember the control scheme of the Game Boy very well, so... the buttons that I have mapped are not A and B, but B and Y. And I have trouble remembering which is which. Ow! Did that last time, too. And as you can guess, it's Iceman stage, so it's ice physics. So that's just another thing you gotta watch out for. Roll Cutter doesn't have much range. Good power, but really only works close up. Let's try out that energy. It doesn't appear to be quite the game-breaking powerhouse that it was in the Game Boy game, in the NES game. I'm having a hard time keeping my system straight. Okay, so we're back here. Gotta get up there!
There's another thing about the Game Boy games. They have some rather intimidating sections. Yep, you can make that. It's a little bit on the scary side, but you can. Now, so far, Mega Man Dr. Wily's Revenge hasn't been too bad. Whether it'll stay that way, we'll see. Best just pull out. Part of this can be attributed to the slightly unusual physics, I suppose. The difficulty, anyway. I'm not going to be able to destroy that. Well, maybe I could with Rolling Cutter. But yeah, they can get a little bit on the tricky side. Nice fluid gates there. So far, Dr. Wily's Revenge has been okay, despite my inconsistent performances. But, I'm wondering if it's gonna get a little bit harder. Yeah, we got it. Yeah, why don't I? Why don't I finish off the first batch of stages? Fireman! And here is where the sound font can get a little bit... it's either the sound font or the decision on the scaling. But this is way too high for Fireman's theme. Again, I do like the remixes though. Oh, so you're not gonna let me destroy you at all, huh? Waiters are slightly less annoying than they used to be. Again, it's because they move a little bit more slowly and give you a little bit more space to attack them. Ow! This is kind of scary. Weapons do apparently recharge though, so. Let's pull out one of them. So as you've already seen, we already have some elements of Mega Man 2 in here, mostly enemies. That was fairly effective. So they're not really hiding that this is going to have some, this is going to kind of be in between the two games. I think it's a really interesting idea. Maybe a little... Maybe if it had been a little less exactly the same, it would have been a little... It would have been a little bit, it would be a little bit nicer, but, you know, it's fine, as it is. But it means that it's not just a straight copy of the, it's not just a straight copy of the original. You have a lot of reused elements, but it's still kind of its own game. I kind of like to think of it as like an alternate universe, where after Mega Man 1, instead of doing the whole exact Mega Man 2 thing, Wily went this route instead. Of course, that's not canon, but... And then, there are some elements that you haven't seen in any of the actual NES Mega Man games, like those floors, which are designed to irritate me, I think. And take away my health. Not that these enemies aren't doing a bang-up job of that already. I'm going to die, aren't I? Yes, I am.
I did hit the midway point. And it's the same screen I was just on, I think. No, it was not. So I do like that there, despite the obvious reuse of elements, I do like that the games themselves are not straight ports, but actually stand on their own. Now, what I would really like is if I could actually play better, but I suppose it is just have to settle for what I've got for now. Come on. Oh yeah, that doesn't work. So yeah, the special weapons not quite as game-breaking as they could be. Which, in some ways is good, because it does mean that the game does not make it too easy on you. Thank you for the extra life pointer. But it does kind of make the special weapons less useful too. Okay, this is just timing. Timing that I haven't figured out yet. And I'm probably not gonna figure out. I need some help, or else I'm gonna die on this remedy. That was not help. That was help.
guess I need to draw their fire a little bit. Okay. Let's not. Because there's no way I'm beating Fireman on this life. He's a little bit slower than he was before, which is, I'm going to say that's a good thing for me. Yeah, if I figure out his timing. Maybe I don't need to. Alright, that takes care of Fireman. And we get the Firestorm. And Carrie? Well, I don't know exactly what's going to happen after this, so I'm going to stop it here and continue from here next time. Until then, this is Doc. I'll see you later.